Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the card hop with Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. There are 3 of us in this hop. It's Misty, who is Mac Jorian Moore, Misty Blackburn, and Joanne, who is Happy Mouth Stamper. So I have an upline and a downline, and I'm hosting. So anyway, we are hoping this little group grows, so if anyone's interested in joining my team or our teams, please let us know. And we would ask that if you're already a customer of one of us, the intent is not to have you switch. It's to stay with that person. So this month our theme is Get Well cards, and it's kind of timely for me. I wanted to do an sort of a masculine card this month, and actually I wanted to do one of each. So I wanted to pull out blue, and I had Garden Impressions, which has this beautiful blue in it, so that is what I used. I only had 2 sheets of it, and I'm using them up because that paper will not carry over. Now the sentiment is coming out of, what did I do with it? Dandelion Wishes, which I cannot find. One sec. Sorry about that, guys, but I used it for this sentiment because I discovered I don't have too many Get Well wishes. I have 1 or 2 in the paper pumpkin kit, past paper pumpkin kits, but the font wasn't right for what I wanted to do. So this is the one I used. This time I did not use the dandelions. But I love this set, and this, by the way, is carrying over, and there'll be another new dandelion set. So no, I'm wrong. This is carrying over though. Anyway, so here's what I did. I'm keeping you too long, and we're going to do one of these together. I just used a basic black cardstock. This is standard A2 size, and it's cut 8.5 by 4 1/4, but instead of doing it this way, I did it horizontally. This is one of the papers out of Garden Impressions. I used the stitched rectangle dies. They are carrying over as well. They were in the Occasions catalog, so they're still available as far as I know. And I did use this black shimmer ribbon. I love the shimmer ribbons. They had it in black, pool party, petal pink. They're all going away, and I'm sad about that because I really like the shimmer ribbons. So I may just have to hang on to them anyway. And I know for a guy, you know, you don't really want to have too much ribbon and stuff, but it just felt like it needed something, and I didn't want to put bling on. And this color ink is Pacific Point because that's what's in the paper, Pacific Point, and black and Whisper White. And then on the inside, so I'm holding it wrong, on the inside I just had an extra piece of paper, and I put a stitched rectangle in white, Whisper White. So that is the masculine Get Well card that I made, and we're going to make it together right now. But I also pulled out some of these faceted dots. These down here and these little ones here are black. The row above is Blackberry Bliss, but I want to use them up because they are not carrying over. So I've already pre-cut my card base and all the pieces, so we'll just assemble. Since this would be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I cut this piece to be 5 1/4 by 4, and we're just going to glue that down. And I'm going to use actually my liquid adhesive. And here's the other side of the paper, so pretty. I've had this. This is one of the first paper packs I got as a demonstrator back in July of 2018, and I have a ton of it left. I did use quite a bit, but I have a lot, and I'm trying to use up I'm running out of the glue. Let me get the other one. I'm gonna probably be doing some kind of a paper sampler, but it's going to be of the outgoing papers because I have too much. And if you are interested in some of the outgoing papers but you don't want a whole pack, please let me know and I'll see what I can do to give you a sampler of various sets of paper. You know, like probably 6 by 6 is what they'd be for shipping purposes, even if they're 12 by 12 normally. I got a little bit too much adhesive on that. Of course, I did, of course. So let me see, I don't know if it's dry enough to do this yet. Let me get a wet wipe also for my hands to make sure I don't get more adhesive on it than I need. Okay, I'll fix that later. Okay, so then the next thing is, these are for the inside. We need to put our ribbon down, and I actually already do because I should have wrapped that around that piece before we glued it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one end, I'm going to make sure that it's straight. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it, but it is pouring down here. Pouring down. That's not really exactly straight either. Let me cut this and I'll be right back. Alright everyone, sorry about that. On the first one I did wrap it around the edges, but you know what, it actually makes it look bulky, and here we're going to just tack it down with some glue dots. And this is about where I want it, so I'm going to put a glue dot there. And I'm actually going to start the tacking process, because that way, as I go across, maybe it'll stay straighter. You know me and straight lines, right? I'm going to do the other end first, because it really only needs the ends and maybe one in the middle. And that way I'll try and get it straight. No, is it straight? Of course not. That looks pretty straight to me. Okay, I'm going to put one now in the middle just to make sure that that stays down. Okay, so there's a cheater's way to do it. It does save on ribbon a little bit that way, not a whole lot, but you know. But right now that doesn't matter, because like I said, that ribbon is going to be going away. So now we have to stamp our sentiment. And we're going to use Pacific Point, and I've already got the stamp out on a block. This is the Sending Well Wishes. So, and I've got it at a diagonal. Forgive my dirty block. My blocks need to be soaked in dishwashing liquid. Straight down. Straight up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to clean that on my chamois, which is to my right. You can't see it, but it's there. It is there. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, and if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. We're going to be having lunch with my mother. My son and I are. My daughter is just hopefully home from a business trip she was on. Now I'm going to use this thin bottle tip of glue to put down the Sending Well Wishes Your Way piece, the white piece, onto the black, and then the black I'm going to bump up on dimensionals. So this is a very easy card. Anybody can do it. And then I'll show you one other card I worked on, but we're not going to do the other one together. So just for timing, I don't want to make this video super long. And I'll show you, we have to do the inside too. In fact, before I put this on, let's do the inside. So on this one, we're going to do it a little bit different, because I didn't have quite as big a leftover piece. So we're going to do it like this. And I didn't use a stitched rectangle this time. I probably just forgot. So we're going to glue this down over on the right. Because when you have a dark card base, you need somewhere for the people to be able to write, unless you're going to hand them a white chalk marker or something. Doubtful. Okay. So very easy card, even beginners. So we're doing Stampin' Up's been doing hashtag simple stamping, and I think this would definitely qualify for that. And but I can't put it because this month we're supposed to be using the in colors that are going out, and I've done a few things with them already, but I wouldn't know that I'd call them simple stamping. But this definitely is simple stamping, and it doesn't use many supplies, just a little bit of paper, one piece of ribbon, and one stamping. So yeah, so I'm putting this up on dots, and if I can get them off of me, we're almost done. And then I will show you the other card, and then I would ask that you please go check out Mac Jewelry and More, who is Misty, who does, she's a Stampin' Up demonstrator as well, and Joanne, who is Happy Mouse Stamper here on YouTube, and show them some crafty love. And your comments and your positive feedback are greatly appreciated. They really help us keep going. So there we have it. There's the first card, and the second one pretty much the same, except for the inside is just a bit different. This one has a little more room to write. This one has a little more black showing, but I like this too. So that is that card. And then I was playing around. Here's the thing, I wanted to use this set. This is continuing over, and this was part of the suite that went with the Garden Impressions Designer Series papers, and because it's very abstract florals and things in there. So, but I never used this except for some of these sentiments in here. So I wanted to try some of the other things, and with that goes the springtime, oh my, springtime impressions dies, which have this beautiful piece here, and this beautiful butterfly, which I didn't use this time, and this flower, which I actually might still do something with that flower. Oh, I also forgot to put the bling on the other card. Anyway, here's what I did. I cut this out from the Springtime Impressions in Balmy Blue, but then I took a sponge and I used a little bit of Night of Navy and some Garden Green and a little bit of Pacific Point, and just went over the flowers and some of the greenery in here. I tried my hand at the two-step stamping. I only did two colors, Balmy Blue and Night of Navy, and then I put Wink of Stella on it. I also did two-step with the leaves, which I don't think I did great at. This is a piece of the paper, the Garden Impressions Designer Series paper. This is a sentiment out of the Abstract Impressions photopolymer stamp set, which, like I said, is carrying over. And I cut that out and the white piece out in the layering ovals dies, which are carrying over. And then I did, I glued the white piece down onto the DSP, and I bumped that up one dimensionals. And then I pulled out the Butterfly Gala set, and I used, I believe this one. No? Yes, this one. But I ended up only using the little one just as an accent up here. And then lastly, I used some of the Gingham Gala adhesive sequins that is supposed to be Balmy Blue, and they're iridescent, so they don't really look totally blue. This one looks more blue than the other two, but they're adhesive backed, and that's it. Now, so far on the inside, I don't have anything, but I think I'm either going to cut another one of these and put a piece of that in, or I might stamp or die cut some of those little flowers like I just showed. One or two of these and put them down in the corner inside. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with the inside, but that's where I'm heading with that one. So let's go back to the one we just did, and I want to put a little bit of those black gems on. Sorry, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm all kind of all over the place today, so I apologize. One day I'll be like the big wheels, right? I think we're going to put these mostly on the, well, I don't know. I think we'll put one on there. And maybe one here. And I think that's it. I think 3 is enough. Just a little bit of sparkle, but it's not over the top, and I think a guy would still appreciate that, don't you? I hope so. Anyway, so those are the Get Well cards I have for this week, or this month, on the 20th. We're doing this every 20th of the month, 9 a.m. Eastern, so please watch us and support us if you can. And we'd really love to see you either make purchases from us. There's a lot of exciting things going on with Stampin' Up! Right now. Come see my Tuesday night live at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be making some cards and things this week with some of the outgoing designer series paper, and possibly some of the outgoing stamp sets, because there's quite a few. And so they are last chance, and if you want them, you need to rush in and get them now, because they will go quickly. Alright guys, that's all for now. Have a wonderful Saturday. Happy Easter if you celebrate it. Happy weekend if you don't. And have much love, hugs, and peace to everyone.